What's going on, guys? Jared Sports Cards coming at you with another video today. Guys, you know this is my favorite video of the week. I say it every Tuesday, guys. This is actually week 10 that I'm doing this video. So the 10th edition. Pretty much, I sit down with you every single Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whenever you watch this, really. And I talk to you about the retail news, updates. We go through values. We go through everything that's going to be available at different stores. And I actually have some big news today because we have a new store that is selling sports cards and a lot of sports cards. So without further ado, let's get into it. You know, we start with football. I have, 3 football products on slate for you today? Or was it 4? 4 football products on slate today. First off, we have Select Football. We always start off with Select Football. As you guys know, a few weeks back, I thought it was going to be the end of Select. Then they dropped one more. Then they dropped it again. Last week, they only dropped about 163 blaster boxes or mega boxes, and I think that's just from canceled orders and stuff like that. So this could be signaling the end of Select. Again, we don't know. It's already week 10. Usually, products last about 6 to 7 weeks on shelves. So the fact that it's week 10 is pretty crazy already. So I could definitely see that ending kind of soon, but I can't say for sure. Blaster boxes, value-wise, I'm going to be referencing secondary market value. I'm not pro flipping. It's really your cards, your choice. I mean, I'm team rip, but it's up to you. I'm only referencing because if secondary market value is up, that means single value is up. And then if secondary market value is down, that means single value is down. So I talk about it in terms of that because, you know, you're ripping packs, so you want your singles to be a little bit higher in value. Let's get into it. So Select Football blaster boxes didn't change from last week. They're still about $50 to $55 in value. So you're getting, almost, some really great value out of those boxes. So almost, $30 to $35 more than retail cost. Then you have fat packs. These actually went up, which is interesting because they haven't dropped select fat packs in a long time. And so it's interesting to see as, stores aren't dropping these fat packs anymore. They're going up in value because more are being open, therefore less supply. And as you have less supply, your price goes up as long as nothing crazy happens to your demand. And as we've seen, sure, there's been a little market correction going on right now, but in terms of retail sports cards, the demand is still high that, it's not going to be terrible. So fat packs are going up to about $30 to $35. That's up from $5 last week. We have mega boxes, $85 to $100, still a generous range. We haven't seen it settle anywhere. We're seeing more in the $85 to $90 range, where last week we mostly saw $95 to $100, but we still saw some mingling with each other at 85, but now it's mostly about 85 to 90 is what we're seeing at comps, but we are still seeing some at 100, so it's really tough to just say, 85 to 90. So that's Select Football. It's really flatlined out, as we can see. In the past 3 weeks, the minimum's been 50 for blasters, and we're actually seeing fat packs go up because, there's less supply right now. So on to the second biggest product, which is Chronicles Football. This has been out for about 8 weeks, so I can expect soon, potentially, we'll see it, stop coming off the shelves. We have Chronicles draft picks. Excuse me. Oh, man. CEO of Yawns. We have Chronicles 2021 draft picks coming out July 2nd, so I'm not sure if that's going to be retail only or just hobby exclusive. I can't find the information on that yet, so I'll let you know. You guys will figure, I'll let you guys know. But Chronicles blaster boxes are down heavy right now. Last week they were about 30 to 40. Now they're 25 to 30. They're consistently selling under 25. A lot of them at 23, to be honest. I didn't want to put 20 to 30 because now they're selling at 20, but it's really 23 to 30. So those are down, which is interesting because Score is not even that down. So Chronicles is so overproduced right now. We're seeing so much supply that it's killing the value of it because there's just so much compared to, Chronicles is a much better product than Score. I think we can all agree on that, right? I mean, sure, you may disagree, but I think the vast majority of people are going to say, yeah, Chronicles is much better than Score. And the fact that we're already seeing Chronicles drop below the price of Score just shows how much they're actually producing of Chronicles and how much the cards are really devalued there. So again, $25 to $30 on that. This is what we went through last week. Remember, I gave that generous range for Chronicles blasters. I said about 50 to 80, but it's going to stay somewhere in between that number. And I think I predicted this. I said 60 to 65 last week, and that's exactly what they're selling for right now. So my analysis was true, which is pretty fun to see. So I said 50 to 80 last week. because some people were cutting each other at the 50 range, but some people were still selling them 80. We're seeing them settle at 60 to 65. There's been a few that have sold in the 70s, but it's really 60 to 65 consistently, and that was expected that something would end in that range, and really met in the middle there, which is pretty interesting. In terms of fat packs, again, with those fat pack boxes coming out, they really haven't changed. They're about $9 instead of $10, like $1 difference. They're consistently going for $9. And so that's just something we're seeing. Nothing too crazy there in terms of the hanger packs, fat packs, or whatever you want to call them. All right. CEO of yawns. I don't even edit my videos, so enjoy my yawns, guys. It's been a long day. I've streamed 6 a.m. yesterday, streamed 6 a.m. today. I can't stream tomorrow, but I'll be streaming Thursday. That's correct. I gotta go to bed earlier. Let's move on down to Score. As I said, Scores literally has more value than Chronicles in terms of secondary market value right now. I'm looking at about $30 consistently. Literally ending $29.99, $31. It's pretty much 30. Keeping that in mind, it's down a little. It was like 30 to 35 last week. Week 5, it was 25 to 35, and we kind of had thought potentially it's going to end in this $30 range, and we've seen, week 7, it's in that $30 range. The last football product is Contenders Draft Picks Football. Again, that's down to $25 to $40. Last week it was 20 to 30. These Contenders Draft Picks Football were selling under $20. They're going for $16, $17, $18. They were really 18 to 23. Now they're 25 to 40. They gained a little traction. They're really selling a minimum at 25 with some reaching 40. There's just no real way to settle here because that one auto makes it really intriguing. So some people are, okay, because I get one auto, I'm going to pay 40, but then more other people realize that the value is not there with just that one auto. So we're seeing a really, we're seeing a really big difference in terms of price. So, all right. So in terms of Mosaic Draft Picks Football, that is actually a Panini exclusive retail product. So that is not actually going to be in stores. That is not at Target. It's not at Walmart. It is going to be Panini retail exclusive online. That's the only place you can actually get it. And it is hobby. So that is, there were rumors that, we were going to have blasters and stuff come out retail, but Panini is keeping it just online exclusive. It's not going to be, a massive product. Let's move on to basketball. So that's going to be it for football. So it's week 10 for Prism, and we're still seeing it drop, which is crazy. So again, Select and Prism are just getting extended. And I think it's just really, they're kind of extending these products a little longer because Panini doesn't have anything else to drop. If you don't drop Select and you don't drop Prism, there's no chase products to get. Like Chronicles is cool, but Select is 10 times better than Chronicles. And for example, like Prism is 10 times better than Contenders basketball, and there's only 2 basketball products out right now. So they're going to keep putting out Prism until maybe Select basketball comes out, which is supposed to come out July 28th. Optic basketball, hopefully early July, but that may have been pushed off to August. There's a bunch of delays happening around, Panini and the products they're releasing. But Prism basketball blasters actually went up $5. They're about 75 to 80. From 70 to 75 last week. Hanger boxes are about 100. They're about 100 to 110. You could still argue they're 100 to 110, but some are comping under 100, some are a little bit over. So I just kind of pick the middle spot as 100. I mean, a lot of them are comping at 100. And then you have cello packs. They have not changed in literally, I'm looking here, gosh, it's been 5 or 6 weeks. Cello packs haven't changed. No, literally they haven't changed since week 3 in value, and it's week 10. They haven't changed in 7 weeks. By the way, if I'm looking left, because I have all the information here, because it's a lot to remember. So they haven't changed in 7 weeks. It's $40 to $45 in value. They've been very consistent. Even with the cello pack boxes coming out, there just hasn't been that much of a change. And then you have mega boxes. These actually have come down in value, but I, again, called that last week. We saw they were about, week 8, they were about 150 to 170. Massive range. Then I called they're going to come back down to 150. They're back at 150, but people were cutting each other. Some people were trying to make quick profit, selling them for 130, 125, 135. Now their range is about 130 to 140. So this is a trend that we totally expected to see. And the fact that they're consistently staying at 130, 140, we'll kind of get a better idea what's going to happen to them next week. It's really tough to kind of make any prediction when something is so consistent with each other. But usually when there's a wide range, that means the product is kind of coming down. Let's hop over to the last basketball product. This is the first basketball product we've seen under $30. We didn't even see hoops like this. We never saw Donruss basketball like this. So Contenders basketball is about $25 to $35. Again, I put it at 30 last week. I think it could have been 25 to 35 last week too. We're seeing a lot sell, 24 to 27 range, but we're also seeing some sell over 30. I think it's just because it's a basketball product. People know that it's probably not worth over $30, but some people want to just open basketball so bad they're willing to pay a little more compared to others who are more patient getting at the 20-ish range, 25-ish range. Let's head over to UFC before we talk about baseball. So in terms of UFC, no change for Prism Blasters. Again, they should still be in stores at Target. Some people, some Targets are stocking them, some aren't. Again, not online. They're going for about they're up $5 actually this week. They were 60 last week. They're about 60 to 65. We kind of expected this, as in week 5, they're about 50 to 60. Same as week 4. Then week 6, they bumped up to 60. And now they're 60 to 65. So we could potentially see 65 to 70 next week. I did actually see some selling at 70, which was interesting. So maybe we'll see that trend kind of continue on the upwards rise as less people can get them at Targets and therefore supply is lower. Because remember, every time someone opens a pack, there's one less pack, right? So the supply is going down, therefore raising the price. As long as demand stays relatively the same. All right, we have baseball. We have about 3 products to cover here. Then we'll get to soccer. We have 2 soccer products, so stick around for that. Then I'm going to give you my top 5 picks on what I think you should prioritize. For baseball, we have Bowman Baseball Blaster Boxes. They have not changed in 5 weeks now. Again, they're still 30 to 35, consistently selling at $32, $33. We have Mega Boxes at 40. Again, we saw this. They've been coming down each week. They were 45 to 55. Then 45, then 40 to 45, and then we saw this happening where they're going to stay at 40. I imagine they're going to stay at 40. Maybe they'll drop to 35 to 40, but I can't imagine them dropping too close to blaster boxes. They're going to keep some sort of value over blaster boxes. Next, we have Diamond Kings. I've not seen Diamond Kings at my Barnes & Noble for 2 weeks now, which is very rare as it was very prevalent. I'm not sure if they took this off the shelves. I don't want to say yes or no, one way or the other, but the reason I don't think they've been off the shelves totally is because they went down this week, and usually we don't see them go down when it's off shelves because, supply and demand here. We're looking at about $18 to $23. People are actually losing money on the blaster boxes. There was about 20 to 25 last week, really 20 to 22. So we kind of saw this coming down. I can tell you week 5, which was 2 weeks ago, we had them at 20 to 25. Last week we had 20 to 22. We knew they were going to come down. Now we have 18 to 23. People are tending to lose money on these. Hanger boxes are up, which is interesting. They're about $13 to $16. I don't know why that is, and it's weird that blasters would hurt so bad percentage-wise compared to hanger boxes that went up. So I don't really know why that is, but maybe hanger boxes are more, more of a hot commodity. In terms of Top Series 2, no real changes. Still 30 for blasters, which is kind of crazy. I thought maybe we'd see them trickle down into 25 or 20 range, which I think we will. And hanger boxes are about 20, down about $5. They were about 20 to 25 last week. They're consistently at 20 this week. All right, let's head over to soccer, and then I'll leave you guys with my top 5 picks. For soccer, we have Mosaic Soccer La Liga Blasters. They did not change from last week. They're still 35 to 40. I think we're just going to see them kind of flatline here. Why they're so cheap, and it's a chrome product, is because there's just not a crazy demand for soccer, but they're still high because it's a Mosaic chrome product, so everybody still likes that Mosaic. They like the chrome. And then, of course, we have our Topps Chrome Blaster Boxes, which is the Premier League Blasters, which has just been awesome. I want to open some for the channel. Topps Chrome Blasters are going about $45 to $50, so they're still holding value over Mosaic, and I think that's because people just prefer Topps Chrome over Mosaic. So that's going to be looking like. All right, guys, let me give you my top 5 picks, what you should prioritize if you have the opportunity to get cards, at least what I am going to do. You don't have to listen to me, of course. First off, Prism Basketball Mega Box is going to be your first. I think that's pretty obvious. Then Prism Basketball Hanger Box. Then Prism Basketball Blaster Box. You guys know hanger boxes, in my opinion, are much better than blaster boxes. They're $10 cheaper. I don't know, maybe $8 to $5 cheaper than blaster boxes, and you get 10 times more value according to secondary market value. Then I would prioritize a Select Mega Box. Yes, overproduced, but compared to the other products you have available right now, you have to go with the Select Mega Box. And I would go with Topps Chrome Soccer Blasters as my number 5. Still a newer product, riding that newer product uptick, right? Because it's still a new product, so there's a little more hype, a little more demand for it. Therefore, the price is a bit higher, but I would still try to cop one if I could. That's my pick 5, guys. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you tomorrow morning. No, I won't see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you Thursday morning at 6 a.m. We'll see if they drop something tomorrow, guys. Peace.